everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm sure you're seeing a lot of videos these days pertaining to the Nordstrom sale, the anniversary sale, and basically different aspects of the entire store go on sale. The men's department, the women's department, home stuff, beauty stuff, kids stuff, and I, being the makeup addict that I am, was particularly interested in the different beauty things that go on sale. And let me tell you, this sale is right up my alley because if there are a couple of things I love, it's palettes and gift sets. And if you're going to give me those palettes and gift sets, not just old ones, but like newly released stuff at some sort of discount, I am so on it. And I kind of first found out about this sale, I think it was 2013, and it's just really good deals, deep discounts on stuff. So if you are a Nordstrom card holder, you get in on the sale a little earlier. So that's what I did. We were in St. Louis all ready to go to IKEA. I'm like, let's swing by this sale and see what we can find. Definitely found some good stuff. And then the sale opens up to everybody on the 22nd. But when I was kind of in their little beauty area for the early access of this sale, they had, you know, different palettes, Nordstrom exclusive type palettes from different high-end brands, gift sets, a lot of skincare, some jumbo-sized skincare that I don't know is available at all times. Different like Clarisonic facial devices and tools, fragrances, did I say that already? So I picked up what really interested me the most. I definitely had some successes, and there are a couple of things that I went ahead and ordered online. I'll tell you about that in this video as well. But first thing I want to mention is this little Bobbi Brown Bobbi on Trend cheek kit. So it's a little cheek trio palette, and this was just perfect for me because I've never tried a Bobbi Brown powder bronzer or powder blush, and so here I get to try 3 things in that format, plus it comes with a brush, and I've never tried a Bobbi Brown brush before, so this is just a great little try me set. And the things that are in here are the Golden Light bronzing powder, the Belize illuminating bronzing powder, which I have heard that those illuminating bronzing powders may not technically be like a bronzer. To me, this is more like a highlight. And then the Pretty Pink blush, and this is like a matte, very bright pink blush. And I'm wearing all of it on my skin today. I applied it with this brush. This brush I think is perfectly sized for blush, and you know, you can even make it work if you wanted to use a little bronzer as a contour type thing, you know, you could do that. The bronzer shade is matte. What it reminds me of so much is the shade in the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow, only this is slightly warmer, but the intensity, you know, just to look at it, you think, well, that's a soft light bronzer. To swatch it, you kind of think, okay, it's soft and light, but you put it on the skin and that's when you really start to see the impact as you apply it. So I think that's a beautiful, really natural looking shade. So happy with the blush. That might be my favorite part of this palette, is this really fresh pink blush. I've sheared it out, of course, quite a bit from that shade, but I love the way that looks. And then this illuminating bronzing powder, it might even look or wear on some people like a really soft blush, but there's a bunch of golden tone in that. So I feel like when it shears out, you do get this pretty kind of like golden, catch the light highlight. Little mirror in here, great for travel. So happy that I got in on that because I think those are 3 products that are available in the regular Bobbi Brown line at all times, but I was able to get it in a special deal. Another thing that I had kind of looked at online, and I knew going in that this would be available as part of the sale, and I really hoped I'd find it, and I did. And it's the Lorac Refined Romance Eye and Cheek Palette. $18, you guys. Great deal on this product. Check out the palette. Gorgeous design on here. Would this be a great gift for somebody or what? It's going to be the exact same size as your regular Lorac Pro palettes, but you have 6 shadows in here and 3 cheek products. So shadow wise, it's not exactly the normal layout where the top is all shimmer and the bottom is all matte, because you have 3 very shimmery shades up top, and in the middle here on the bottom is kind of a satin finish taupe type color, and then these 2 are mattes. So I was looking through my Lorac Pro 1 and the newest release, the Lorac Pro 3, and because I just thought at a glance, looking at that palette, maybe some of these shades would be similar, but the only 2 that really kind of matched up to me were these shades, the gold and this kind of garnet color. They do remind me a little bit of the golden garnet from the Lorac Pro 1, only not quite quite as metallic as those. Still nice textures and everything, and the textures you would expect from Lorac, but just the tiniest bit different in tone from those shades. But to be honest with you, even though I really like those shades from the Lorac Pro 1 palette, the gold and the garnet, I was glad that I wasn't seeing like 100% dupes out of this palette. Whenever I get a new palette, I like to see fresh new shades. So that's pretty much what's happening here. I was playing around with this palette yesterday, and this color right down here, you might think, what exactly is that gonna do? Because it's maybe not quite light enough to highlight. This is a really pretty soft crease color. It's kind of like a soft brown with just a hint of rose to it. Very pretty, unique color. Love this matte. I've never seen Lorac actually put out a dark matte burgundy, and so that's a gorgeous shade. Then over here, you've got all this happening, and I think essentially what you get here are two highlights. One that's very like a light white shimmery highlight, one that's got a little bit more of a pinky tone, and then a totally matte mauve blush. And so if they're gonna give two highlights, I'm really glad that the blush was matte, so then you can kind of apply that and then control the amount of glow you get in your look with a separate highlight. I think this is gonna be a gorgeous palette going into fall, just looking at that gold and the kind of rusty deep reddish shades that are in here. I think it's gonna make for just an awesome look. And as soon as I laid eyes on this on the website, I thought, I hope I can find that. It is an amazing deal for a high-end, you know, Lorac palette. If you like that formula, you're gonna enjoy this. And just swatching it, using it on my eyes, I was really, really happy with it. Now on the website, I saw, I think, yet another version of an eye and cheek palette that they had, and everything in it looked a little bit cooler. And I did not see that one in person in my particular store, but I did find this. I'm so glad I did. Third beauty buy that I came up with was this MAC Look in a Box for $39.50. They had various configurations of these 4 product sets. So not all of them, like if mine contains a fluid line, not all of them were fluid lines. Not all of them were, you know, the same color of shadow. It was just different little mixtures. And I'll admit, I didn't take a long time like poring over everything, swatching out all the samples. I just kind of looked at what was in there and thought, what am I gonna most want to try? What kit am I probably gonna like the most products out of, you know? So this one comes with a cream sheen formula lipstick, the Black Track fluid line, a mascara, and an eyeshadow. So I thought, okay, I'm going with that. The lipstick shade looked gorgeous. This was kind of like the peachy nude kit of the bunch. And so you get it out of the box and you've got this cute little bag. I think they each have different colored zippers on them, but just a nice little black cosmetic bag. And one reason why I was especially drawn to get one of these kits was that everything in it is full size, and that definitely appeals to me and makes it a nice deal. And I am wearing every part of this kit on my face today. So let's start out with the lipstick. It's got special packaging here. The shade is Sun Blessed. Again, it's a cream sheen formula. That's my favorite MAC lipstick formula. Has that nice kind of vanilla-ish scent, and it's a beautiful peachy nude color. It doesn't have shimmer in it. It's just nice and creamy, feels fabulous on my lips, so very, very pleased with that shade. Another thing that came in here is the Black Track fluid line. I know this is like a cult favorite product. I have owned a fluid line before, but it was not this shade, and for as much as I love a good black liner, I'm surprised it wasn't this shade. But I really have fallen in love with this, kind of fallen in love again with the concept of cream and gel liners. I used it today with my Sigma E11 brush, which is a very, very fine tipped brush, but I was able to go out here, create a beautiful wing, great intensity, awesome smoothness. Playing around with this the last couple days, you know, the staying power really locks in on this product, so I was so happy that was in here, and it's a full size. I know, where have I been? That product has been around forever and talked about and raved about forever. The eyeshadow. Here's the little disappointment of this kit for me. The shade is called Deception. It's a frost finish. I'm not positive if this is limited edition or not, but as you can see, it's kind of a taupey shade. When you look really closely at it, when you swatch it out, you can see almost a teeny bit of warmth or like golden sheen coming off of this color. It's an interesting shade. It looks like it should be fantastic, but it did not swatch very well. It feels kind of like oddly dry to the touch, and then I didn't feel like, as I swatched it, my finger picked up much color at all. Just weird. So I used it today to see if on top of a primer I could get anything more out of it. So this is the only shadow I'm wearing today. I used it all over the lid. I blended it up into the crease. I sheared it out, past that, I buffed it kind of on the lower lash line and also smudged out some black liner there. But it definitely applied much better than it swatched. I mean, I'm pleased with this eye look, although it's just not my favorite shadow to work with. I've got to be, you know, completely open about that. I'm not so sure this will be anyone's favorite part of this kit, but it's in there and it applies better than it swatches. And I also wanted to show you, I own Satin Taupe, and that's a very well-known shade from MAC's collection, and I swatched it next to Deception, the shade in this kit. And Satin Taupe, just softer, more full color, a little bit deeper. I pick up on just a hint more plumminess out of that shade. And then the other part of this kit is the full-size MAC False Lashes Mascara. I had never tried this mascara before, I don't think. If I did, it was only in a sample size, but the shape of the brush is right up my alley. Love the pointed tip. It's really dense with bristles, and I would say 2 coats is the sweet spot of this mascara. 1 coat, I kind of started thinking, what, you know, where's the false lash effect? 2nd coat, it really built up nice length, and I apply that 2nd coat before the 1st coat totally has a chance to dry. So it was a nice effect, I gotta say. I will definitely continue to use this. I don't find it to be better personally than CoverGirl Supersizer. My opinion could change after a couple weeks of use. You know how mascaras can be, you know, they can get a little bit different. But certainly, in my opinion, not a bad mascara. And if I like this okay, love the lipstick, love the fluid line, and an okay shadow, I mean, I think it's a pretty good value for that kit. So those are the 3 beauty things that I picked up in the store. And then something I was hoping to find in store that I did not see was a new version of the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette, but they have one now for this sale labeled the Dolce Vita. And it looks like it has some different eyeshadow shades, perhaps some different blush shades, and then the Film Star Bronze and Glow highlight and bronzer. And just to show you what an Instant Look in a palette looks like, this is the original version, and then I'll have a picture of what I purchased online. I think there's a little more depth overall, just a slightly more dramatic color palette, but I thought, I went back and forth a little bit on whether or not I should order it, and I thought, no, let's just jump in and do it. And the other thing I ordered online was the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. It was a duo set of a fragrance and I think a body oil. And I had smelled, I have a sample size of the Nirvana White, and then I randomly ran across the Nirvana Black in like a magazine sample, and I thought, oh my gosh, that scent really speaks to me. Like the white was nice, but the black just, I thought that was just the best. And when I saw that product at a discount in this sale, I thought I've got to go after that. So those are a couple things I'm expecting in the mail. I will probably bust those out in a future video just to show you what they end up looking like. But picked up something for Bub here. This is from Kiehl's. They do have some really big, like jumbo-size skincare, body care products. And this is the Kiehl's Body Fuel All-in-One Energizing Wash. It says hair and body cleanser for men. And he's had the facial fuel and really liked it, so this is the body fuel, and this was $35 in the sale. So I think that's an amazing deal for 33.8 fluid ounces, 1 liter of product here, people. And then he got some socks, and just please contain your excitement. I know this is what you came for. Just, you know, socks he can wear to work with his suits. He seems to have a thing for like slightly more interesting socks. So in the anniversary sale, I think those were almost half price, $7 each. So that's the damage I did at the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Really pleased with all 3 of those makeup kits that I showed you in this video, although I would say maybe perhaps I am most excited about this Lorac palette that I scored, the Refined Romance palette, and also, you know, this little Bobbi Brown face kit with the brush. I thought that was an amazing deal too. Like the MAC kit as well, but like I said, you know, a little bit bummed that the eyeshadow wasn't better. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you've already shopped the sale like I have, let me know what you've picked up or what you're thinking about getting, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.